Hello and welcome back to Fallout 76. Today we are going to have a look at the Alien Disintegrator. With the Alien event happening right now, it seems like a good time to have another look at this weapon. There has been a recent change to this weapon, and that involves the tradability of it. In the past, the plan for the weapon and the weapon itself were not tradable. You couldn't even move it between characters on the same account. But with the most recent update a couple days ago, that has changed. Now the plans can be traded, freely traded between characters, other players, doesn't matter. And the weapon is the same way. The only caveat is that the weapon cannot be modded. So if you have a weapon with mods on it, if you drop it, it'll be destroyed. But if you remove the mods, it can be freely traded between players. So I've looked at this weapon in the past and I quite like it, but I realized that the last time I tested this weapon, it was less than optimal. I realized I had super duper equipped the whole time, which is not something you want to use for extra damage. Plus, I didn't have the science perks all maxed out, so this time we're going to go for as much damage as we can possibly do. So the legendary effects on this weapon are anti-armor with plus 50% VATS hit chance and plus 15% faster reload speed. We do have the high-powered receiver on it, which is semi-automatic, so we will be using this as a rifleman. So that faster reload speed will come in handy. It only holds 6. That is the magazine capacity, so we'll be reloading quite often, so having something that speeds that up will be more than welcome. And this is pretty much a VATS only weapon. There are no sights on it, and the projectiles travel quite slowly. So manual aiming on this is kind of difficult and honestly not all that much fun. So having the extra VATS hit chance is really nice. Now, as far as mods go, there really are only 4. That we have the high-powered receiver, which is what I'm using. That does the most damage. There's also the cryo receiver. It is also semi-automatic, but the ballistic damage is way down from the high-powered, and you're offset a little bit with cryo damage. And that's the same story with the poison receiver. It's also semi-automatic, and it looks like quite a bit of poison damage. I haven't tested it, but anytime I've tested anything that has poison damage on it, I've been very disappointed, so I'm not going to even look at it on this one. And then there's the automatic receiver, but since we are not a commando, we don't have any interest in that one. And that is it. There's no sight mods, there's no muzzle mods. This is a silenced weapon by default. There is no suppressor, but it is silent, so we will be able to do sneak attacks. And so far, there are no skins for it. I would like to get a cool skin for this weapon, maybe someday. As far as the build goes, because we will be able to do sneak attacks, we do have follow through maxed out. So the second and third attack and so on will give us an extra 40% damage. Since it does benefit from the rifleman perks, we have all of them maxed out, along with max rank of tank killer for even more armor penetration. And it does benefit from the science perks, so I do have all of them maxed out. We will be taking advantage of critical hits, so I do have critical savvy and better criticals. As far as mutations go, we do have Speed Demon, so that'll help with that reload speed even more. We do have Herbivore because we do use veggie foods. Eagle Eyes, extra perception and extra critical damage. And Bird Bones, extra agility, which should help with our AP and our stealth. And as far as foods go, we're using Sweet Mutfruit Tea for extra critical damage. Looks like I've been detected. Now, because this doesn't have a whole lot of mods, this would never be considered a top tier like sniper weapon. Just because the damage just really isn't high enough. The damage would have to be significantly higher for that. Because something like even a hunting rifle has got a calibrated receiver. So you can actually maximize your critical hit damage. This doesn't have any such options. So critical, okay. Combat inhibitor, I guess that turns out that's an okay thing to hit. So we do have VATS hit chance instead of better critical damage. So critical hit should be decent, but they're not going to be anything amazing, I don't think. Let's see what we got. Oops, that's not what I want. That isn't what I want either, but it still gets the job done. So sneak attacks work pretty well still. Okay, my VATS is just all kinds of not what I want. There we go. And you can see critical hits still do pretty nice damage. 1200 on that. These are, they're not really top tier enemies, but still, okay, there we go. Nice. Yeah, this is actually doing really nice work. I do like the, okay, I don't like the menu, but I do like the projectile, the sound of it, and I do like seeing it. But because it is so slow, it just makes manual aiming just a real chore. I've tried it a bit, but it's not, in third person, it's actually not terrible. Because, see, we got third person, it's actually okay, but the enemies have to be pretty stationary. If they move at all, you're just not gonna get, and the projectiles travel pretty slowly, so it's just not gonna have the, this is not my top choice for manual aiming. Probably any other weapon would be my top choice over this one for manual aiming. But for VATS, it's actually really fun. We do track the enemies if they do move. We will find that out later when we do something that maybe flies. This works actually pretty well with gun fu. So yeah, the damage is pretty nice here. And the fact that we're able to stay hidden is very nice as well. Looks like we've already got some fighting ahead of us. I do like that VATS hit chance. Normally I prefer, yeah, you can see how that projectile curved a little bit. Normally I prefer extra critical damage on something, but because I can't really use this out of VATS, not reasonably. I mean, obviously there are ties, but if the enemies are moving at all, using this out of VATS is just kind of not going to happen. So because of that, I really like VATS hit chance because I just want to make every shot count. And I don't think this is terribly VATS accurate. The number on that, VATS accuracy of 67, it's not terribly high. So something that's going to help us out. I do really appreciate that. And the range is actually really good, 204, which is normally what you get out of something. I mean, a hunting rifle, if you unsuppressed it, you would get that kind of range. But we don't have to do that. We are completely silent here, as you could see. And those crits are still doing nice big numbers. We're able to stay hidden. We aren't particularly sneaky. I mean, we do have Sneak 3 equipped, and we do have Escape Artist, but our armor is the Civil Engineer. So we're not getting, you know, any kind of shadowed or benefit from that. All right, looks like we got another one. He is taking a break. Yeah, with VATS hit chance of super mutants is a really good combination because their heads tend to be very small targets. But you can see those, yeah, this is doing really nice damage. I really like this, and I've been able to stay hidden the whole time. So let's see if we can get critical hit there. Yeah, see, the critical hits do really nice damage. I'm still in caution from something. I have no idea what. Oh, there we go. I do have to come out sooner or later, and here's this for you. Now, I have used these as automatics, but I've never been fortunate enough to roll one that had reduced AP cost. And as an automatic, the cost is kind of on the high side, like it is with a lot of energy weapons. And alien blaster rounds don't drop in really high quantities. So because of that, I actually think this weapon works really well as a, I mean, I've used it quite a bit as an automatic, but I think as a rifleman, I think it just works better. So the Invaders Invaders event just kicked off. That's why the sky has turned all purple. I'm on a private server by myself, so I will not be doing that event, but we do have aliens, so we can use this. Oh, the curving of the projectiles is really fun. It's really fun. And we've got some wolves too. They're not, they are frenzied, but they're not super tough enemies. So there's another wolf. I guess the wolves took care. There's only 2 aliens there, and I did see a third one, but I guess the wolves took care of them. Looks like we have a legendary right out of the gate. 1 star. I'm sure it'll be amazing. So this actually does really nice work. Let's see how we do against a Mirror King. Now this one's only level 60. They are way less tanky than the level 75 variety, but there's always a level 75 round somewhere. There we go. Now the fire rate is not super. Yeah, it actually went really well. This is, I'm very impressed with this. This works great as a rifleman. However, I'm not sure how it would go if, say, you got detected. If all of a sudden your stealth was completely gone. I don't know how that would go. So let's, well, I'm not intending to find out because I do tend to play legendary. Wow. I think that was a cheat. I think he totally should have died. Like 1 health point left. But yeah, critical hits are very nice. Yeah, if you like playing sneaky stealth, so far I'm thinking this is really fun. It works really well. Let's try those spouts. First one went high. Yeah, we're not doing much on the spouts. I think our best bet is just to kind of stay out of the way. I think I've got, I think my poison resist is something like 50, so we should be okay. I do not have Born Survivor. I had to take it off because I wanted to be stealthy, but oops, wow, that one went, when it misses, it really misses hard, but that was pretty much drama-free. Looks like we've got a straggler there. Let's try our hand at flying things. Now, the downside of this is probably not going to be able to, there we go. Let's just give me 1 hit, get its attention. There we go. Wow, the damage is pretty good, though. Eating up her health without that much issue. There we go. All right. Yeah, this works really well. This is actually a really good weapon. I like it a lot. It may do less damage than a hunting rifle, but the fire rate is quite a bit quicker than a hunting rifle. So yeah, you're giving up a little bit of damage, but there we go. Critical hit should finish her off, and yeah, there it went. So far, this is pretty much a drama-free run. And there you have it, the Alien Disintegrator. This is actually a really good weapon for the sneaky sniper type. I'm a big fan. I like this a lot. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit one of the buttons, and I hope you'll join me in the next one. Thank you very much.